What's going on? This is BoxingWave. Meant to talk about this topic for a little while. I seen these guys, Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson, scheduled to fight August 9th. All right, it's been out there for a little while, and you would think that they would be fighting each other. After Peterson beat John and after Garcia beat Herrera, I expected these guys to mix it up. It just made sense to me. Still top, two of the top guys at the 140 division. Okay, I mean you got Peterson who's fought a lot of guys have moved up to welterweight now, but he's been around at the division for a long time. I mean he has his losses against Bradley, and he had his loss against Matisse recently. But still, he's one of the top guys in the division, and I would like to see these two fight. I thought these guys it made sense for these two guys to fight. It's looking like I read an article on Bad Left Hook. Okay, they put an article out I think yesterday about the future of these two fighters. All right, who are they gonna fight? They're not gonna fight each other, but it looks like they're both gonna have another tune-up match in August. Danny Garcia possibly fight two guys. I don't even know the names of these guys, but they're definitely tune-up matches for him. Mauricio Herrera was supposed to be a tune-up match for him, and that was a bad choice of an opponent. I said that in previous, before the fight even happened. I thought Mauricio Herrera had a chance of beating Danny Garcia, and look what happened. I thought Herrera won that fight. What's going on? I mean, with Danny Garcia, I would like to see him get back in the ring. I already made the point. I don't think every champion should just keep fighting top fighter after top fighter, because over and over again. I think they should have their, stay busy fights, their tune-up fights here and there. But there's a lot of options right now at junior welterweight, and there's a lot of fans that want to see the rematch between him and Herrera. There's a lot of fans that want to see a rematch between him and Matisse. I thought Garcia clearly won the fight against Matisse, but there's a lot of fans out there that thought the fight was very competitive before the eye injury of Lucas Matisse. But that's boxing. You can't complain about that because you get punched in the eye and it closes up. That's part of the sport. You're not going to be as effective. Your performance is not going to be up to par when you only can see out of one eye, but that's part of the sport. You can't blame the loss because of an injury that you get from a punch. I don't remember if it was from a headbutt or a punch, but the fight was pretty competitive. I don't mind seeing a rematch, but I mean, Garcia earned his win. Okay, he earned that win. Then you got Algieri, you got Provatnikov. We know about the Cold War, but there's a lot of fighters still at 140. Then you got Adrian Broner. Garcia and Broner seem to be playing this bro thing. These guys are obviously friends. What's going on with that? What's going on with that fight? Why don't Broner fight Garcia? Why won't he fight Peterson? I know Adrian Broner was recently training with the Peterson. He said that in an interview. But listen, this is a sport. You guys got to fight eventually. I don't think they really mind fighting each other in the future, but this is a fight people want to see now. People want to see the Garcia-Broner fight. I wouldn't mind seeing a Adrian Peterson fight either one of these guys. Okay, you guys with this bro thing. A lot of boxers doing this bro thing. It's not really cool. There's a lot of Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James. They're friends. They gotta play each other. They're on a schedule. These guys play together on an Olympic team. These guys have relationships with each other as well, and they still schedule. Once you guys are scheduled to play, you guys step on the court. It's game time. Same thing with boxing. You guys could be cool with each other and everything, but if you guys are not the Klitschko brothers or you guys are not the Charlo twins, I don't see why not fight each other. So anyway, what's going on with Danny Garcia and Peterson? Are they trying to give them both tune-up matches? According to BadLeftHook.com, an article, and I'll leave the article in the description, Peterson might be fighting Zab Judah. I guess that's a good tune-up fight for him because Zab, at this point in his stage in his career, he's just a name, good check. I think Zab Judah, you know how I feel about Zab. You know how I feel about him. I love Zab. Always liked Zab, but he's in his stage in career where he's not really that relevant. If they were to fight, I think Peterson would just walk him down and stop him later in the fight if they were to fight. All right, but that's what it seems that these fights are going to get made. Okay, so according to the article, you got Garcia fighting another tune-up fight, guys that's not as competitive or on a level of a Mauricio Herrera. Okay, these are some real tune-up fights, some unknown guys with not good punching power. They don't really have the punching power to compete with Danny Garcia and the records to compete with him. You know, not to take anything away from those guys because records don't mean everything, but these guys are meant to be made tune-up matches. We all know Herrera was a bad stay busy fight. All right, are these two gonna fight? The same date to build up the fight between Peterson and Danny Garcia, maybe later in the year or early next year. I don't know. All right, but there's fights to be made at 140. It's a lot of competition. A lot of guys went up to 147, but there's still a lot of good fighters still lingering around in the junior welterweight division. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want to see the fight between Peterson and Garcia? I know I do. Also want to see Broner in the mix. Provocateur, Algieri, Mauricio Herrera again. Tomas Delorme, I would like to see him in the mix too. Just a lot of fighters down there, all right? So let me know what you guys think and subscribe to the channel.